Hello homeschoolers, welcome to the land of Kakiak. My name is Laurel and today is my updated homeschool room tour. Alright, let's start with where my oldest sits. He's currently in the 6th grade. This is his spot at the table. So he has his mat, his desk mat, and I just picked up one of these clear ones. I will link it down below in the description box, but I like it because I can slip in some things that he can use for his writing especially. We've got his Latin root words and affixes here for his vocab, editing marks, paragraph and sentence editing, and another writing reference here, and spelling syllable rules here for him. So he can just quickly find what he needs without digging around, and I can change this out as needed with as time goes by. Everybody also needs to have a book holder at their spot, and this is where he keeps his to-do list and his planner. So he's always looking at this, checking this off, and learning to be responsible. And he keeps his timer here. We time his writing time and reading time, and he can just set that for himself. So this is his pretty self-sufficient little work area at the homeschool table. The next spot over is where my preschooler sits. So Beauregard's currently 4. He picks one of these chairs, and whatever I need him to do sitting down, he just joins us here at the table. And this is where my 2nd grader William sits. He also has one of these desk mats, and he just has his sentence editing checklist. That's what he's currently using under here. But sometimes we slip his math fact flashcards or something that he's working on memorizing. We'll slip that under for the week just so he can reference it, look at it, during the day. He also is keeping his own to-do list and keeping track of his work in his own planner. Last at the schoolroom table is Mom's spot. So this is where I am sitting with the kids in a central location, and I'm just sitting here working, taking time to work with each of them or on my own projects, but I make a point to be present in the schoolroom with them as much as possible. The chalkboard area is still the same. I still use this pretty regularly, and I just keep a couple aids, some grammar aids up here, some phonics aids, writing, and just some extra storage up above and down below. So this is pretty much the same. So most of these books on this bottom shelf here are books that I am reading to my preschooler, and I'll be reading them still, in the kindergarten, 1st grade years. So things that I don't mind if they get into them and get them out and bring them to me. If you move up to the 2nd shelf, those are all science supplies, science books for all the grades. I've got kindergarten through 8th grade, I believe, science books there. If you keep moving on up, I'm continuing on with the science literature on the left, and on the right I have phonics, spelling, grammar, language arts kind of things there. I keep their spelling workbooks and things that they aren't using yet on that shelf. And the top shelf, those are actually RC books. So as I print more books or buy more books, I may expand that shelf, but that's all I have right now that is exclusively Robinson curriculum reading. And then all the way at the very, very top, actually that white box, I keep our spelling flashcards in, and I just change them out as the kids need new ones. So we just keep our globe, which we use quite a bit, especially for history. And I recently picked up the Narnia series. We'll be reading that sometime soon. And then I have a collection of books that were gifted to me about the West. So it's the women of the West, the chroniclers, the Indians, the cowboys, the miners. So I'm not sure how we're going to use them in school, but I like to open them up and just take a look at them. If you go down, these are all writing and vocabulary books. I've got our writing and rhetoric, I've got books on how to write book reports and essays, and I have some Word Roots series books, some Harvey's Grammar and good stuff like that. Keep moving down, the next shelf is my math shelf. So I've got my Ray's arithmetic set, I've got some Saxon books in there, and I just picked up a set of math readers called, I think it's called Murderous Math. No one's read them yet, but I'm sure I'll review them when we're done. And I have our next number stories book there. And if you just keep moving down, it's just where we keep things that the kids need to have access to, like extra pencils, glue, their abacuses, and our very first readers that they use when we are bridging into the RC curriculum. So over here is our handy collection, and I keep those all together, and above those are some classical readers, things on the RC list, and some extras. At the top we have reference books covering all types of subjects. So my husband kindly built me this bookcase, and it has been so helpful in organizing our books and getting rid of clutter and really decreasing stress and anxiety for me in the schoolroom. But one thing he did that I thought was really cool, so you might notice how these books are like staggered like this. I was able to put 2 rows of books into one bookcase area. So he built me these little steps. So Faye, what are the sizes on these?
1x6 pine.
So 1x6 pine, okay. So he just measured them out to fit inside of our shelves. How deep are our shelves?
I want to say about 11 inches.
About 11 inches. Anyways, so this is a really good way. It's kind of like the same idea as like your spice rack steps, but with your books, and you don't have to buy anything expensive. You can just make these yourself and really increase your bookcase space. Thanks for checking out the schoolroom. I'll talk to you soon.